Greetings. How is everybody? Everybody good? Good deal. Good deal. That's always great. That's always great. Happy Sunday. Everybody go to church? Everybody go to church this morning? I'm never invited anymore. I don't guess they like my light there. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I'm kind of like an elephant in the room. When I ask a lot of questions. I do. I ask a lot of questions. It's just something I do. I see old Daryl Anka, old Bashar is talking about angels and demons. Interesting. You don't think my light triggers his, do you? Interesting. It makes me wonder if they know the truth about angels and demons, what do they know of the truth about a corrupt group of parasites feeding off the Earth Angel's energy? It's just what it is. Anytime I think of a celebrity group of corrupt parasites, I don't know. What are their truth on Reiki for entity removal? What is their truth around that? It amazes me how much people go back to sleep. It's just what it is. I mean, anytime I see a Bashar or an Abraham Hicks, I just immediately think of Jay-Z Knight, who channeled Ramtha, the School of Enlightenment. Anyway, I'm not concerned with any of that. No, then they can call it any time. I wouldn't want to trigger their demons if that's an issue. Anyway, let's do a starseed read, shall we? I hear that it's anytime I see a group, gaggle, hive, or herd knowing Reiki for entity removal, it's just what it is. I mean, groups being led by humans with an entity, it just seems like the math is mathing. Just seems like the math is mathing to me. It's what it is. And I mean, that's the thing is, okay, so you're in a vehicle and you're driving and someone just throws a wall. You stop too soon. Generally, whoever threw the wall would be like, hey, are you okay? Like, yeah, I'm fine. Okay, well, here, let me move this wall out of the way so you can fucking continue on your path. It's just what it is. I would think anybody with an entity wouldn't want to be removed. No. It would want to continue being a corrupt parasite feeding off of that human vessel. That's just what it is. We want to send them love. Yeah, you're an important person. It's just what it is. It makes you wonder how important that Earth Angel is. And that's why I'm looking for the Earth Angel. I mean, I can't be worrying about people with entity attachments, positive and or negative. And that's what it is. I mean, let's face it. If these individuals don't like my connection to the source, I can't do anything about that. I'm not responsible for how people feel. It's just what it is. I mean, you heal or you don't. It's simple enough. And with all the unalive magic and things of that nature backfiring onto these people, it'll be shocking. And I know how cunning these entities are when they take over a vessel. Simple enough. I can remember Christine removing a reptilian attachment for me. I almost puked. It was pretty cool. I was in a laundromat. And, I gave her permission to enter my energetic field, which you have a lot of these people that are entering my energetic field without my permission. I gave Christine consent. It's the law of consent and contract, and these people just don't. I'm not worried about it. I'm just really not worried about it. They're obviously upset for some reason. So it's just what it is. every time I see a reader pull one of those fucking energy vampire cards, and I see the face that's on there. There's like 3 or 4 of these people that pop into mind, and hell, 2 of them hide behind an animated mask. So that's what it is. Not worried about any of that. And we'll have this on top. It seems Daisy picked a card for you. My dog picked a card for you, and it was the Sacred Union. It looks like they did everything they could to stop the Sacred Union. And and Daisy was right. She was on the right side about things. So she didn't completely get after it, but she did. She marked a car. She marked her territory. She marked her Sacred Union territory. So if all I have to do worried about entity attachments is a pushing up Daisy, I think I'm good. I think there's always animal Reiki. I mean, and that's my fault. That's my fault. It's what it is. If you bond with your animal using animal Reiki, be prepared. Be prepared to have an attachment. It's a little pushing up Daisy attachment. God us all that is, angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light has to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time, for myself as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. It's just what it is. I see me taking a little time off while the groups, gaggles, hives, and herds gather up their cojones. Because what it is, I mean, if I'm looking for an earth angel, that's very important. A high octane earth angel whose light triggers demons. If I'm looking for that earth angel, and the readers keep having a corrupt group of parasites scattered about the collective, it's just what it is. We want to avoid the corrupt group of celebrity parasites who are being fueled by the spirit of greed. And I don't know if it's I don't care where that goblin comes from or what it directs others to do. We're just trying to seek. We're trying to seek and you shall find. Simple enough. Nothing happens by chance. Everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is a co-created experience with the divine. And I mean, that's going to be the determining factor, when you want everyone to succeed, whether it be through QHHT or Reiki, but yet you have a corrupt group of energy harvesters that are not wanting their fraud, fake, phony scam to be fucking, and doing everything they can to try to put off their crimes on another. It's just what it is. It's destiny swapping. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything. Let them talk. What's the truth on that? What is their truth on destiny swapping with Reiki for entity removal? And it's what it is. I mean, if they can talk about that, because they can obviously talk about everything else that I do on my channel. It's just what it is. Cards of the upright. No, cool. We'll flip it around. It's just what it is. Oh yeah. See, it's evolution. They don't want that connection to the divine to happen, which is obvious it already did. They don't want that to happen because the information that will be coming out, it'll be the word of the divine instead of the word of Dick coming out of Harry. If you've got Harry on stage, but you've got Dick coming out of his mouth, well, then you have to trust Dick instead of the integrity of Harry. It's just what it is. It's like Susie. If Susie gets on stage and she has Bob coming out of her mouth, if Susie is up on stage with her head just kind of wobbling around, you don't want it spinning around like The Exorcist. You just if it's bobbing around and Bob is coming out of her mouth, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't, because then you have to look at Susie and wonder how much you can trust Bob, because Bob's giving you the information after bubbling out of Susie. So it's just what it is. It's just what it is. I can remember taking a class on channeling, and the individual didn't teach mediumship because there were issues that came with that. That's what it is. I mean, I don't care. I don't care what issues other people get themselves into anymore. It's just what it is. I ascended out of that. You know, we're going to master ascending out of that bullshit. But it is a good question. I mean, when I'm talking about angels and demons, and then I see that, you know, a celebrity is out there spitting out information on angels and demons after all the tarot readers are talking about an elite group of celebrity corrupt parasites are triggered by the light of the earth angel. It does. It makes you wonder. Follow the patterns, Pisces. Well, I will. I will. Simple enough. Yeah. Fucking their intentions, being conscious of their words. And it's just what it is. I mean, everyone has made mistakes. I agree with that. And everyone is pretty much telling on themselves. And that's fine. That's fine. Cool. So how many people were influenced by spirits of influence that Reiki removes? That's the question. Because when I can Google body jumper and then I see a body on a stage that looks like a body jumper has jumped into it, and it's what it is. And I understand the walk-in experience and all that shit a little more than others. So it's what it is. Simple enough. Simple. Some of us are here to do something important, and other people are trying to put a block. They do because they want you to crash into that wall. Now, if they're putting a wall in your path, expecting you to crash in it, those are demonic parasites. Those aren't the kind of people that can go, "Hey man, are you okay? Sorry about that wall. Here, let me just get that wall out of the way." That's what it is. And I mean, when you talk about it being family involvement around the Earth Angel, you don't think it has anything to do with my daughter's mother, Miss Hicks, do you? See, my daughter, yeah, her mother's name is Miss Hicks. Miss Hicks. And then when I think of a Bob coming out of a Susie, I immediately think of a Miss Hicks. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. Fuck yeah. The devil can't create on its own. That's what it is. I just saw a reader that they said the LOA, or the Lord of Air, Lucifer. And I thought, well, I mean, that would be air signs. That's not obviously a fire or a water sign. That would be air signs, destiny swapping with the lake of fire, and that's fine. We're ascending out of that. We're just going to let them destiny swap. God has allowed these souls, because we're not fighting flesh and blood. It's a soul. It's an energetic battle. So if these energies are hell-bent on destiny swapping with an ascended fire and water master, cool, we're just going to master ourselves, ascend into union with the light. and let the LOA, or fucking the Lord of Air, Lucifer, as somebody in the comments put it, I didn't even look into that. LOA to me means law of averages. But to other people, it's law of attraction. And Albert Einstein didn't believe in the law of attraction. And it's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I hear there's a bunch of greedy, corrupt celebrity parasites trying to cover up their involvement with child sacrifice for harvesting and stealing spiritual abilities. Is that true? Is that true? Oh, the Messiah. Look at that. I hear the inner light awakening of the INFJ's got these people triggered. Is that true? Is that true? Considering, being attached to everything, anything and everything, the interconnectedness of Reiki that bonds us all. That's what it is. And I mean, we ask lots of questions. It's ask lots of questions. I mean, because as soon as somebody comes out and says the truth about, no, that's their truth. Because your truth is not your truth, and your truth is not your truth, and their truth is not their truth. Anytime somebody says, this is how it is, that's how it is for them, so they can cover up whatever they've done. For every this, there's a that. If they tell you this is how it is, it's because they don't want you to know that. They want you to know this, not that. And fucking God is a circle. That's what it is. Fuck yeah, these people aren't golden treasures. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I hear they've done this to people over and over and over again, and then when they got to the Earth Angel, they met their fucking match. Is that true? Is that true? A whole group of celebrity corrupt parasites fueled by greed? Is that true? Is that true? Somebody let me know if that shit's true. It's just what it is. Fucking, I don't even need a 5-star review on that fucking truth. We just want clarity. If you didn't just already get it. And see, I mean, that's the thing is I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong in all this. I don't want to think that there's a witch and a warlock out there doing necromancy and eating babies and shit to get spiritual powers. Me, I had an NDE for mine. Simple enough. I made the biggest mistake. I challenged death and beat it. I beat death. It's just what it is. Just what it is. And then it did. It got me back on track. And now you've got all these people that want to fucking throw walls, and it's just what it is. I mean, that's the thing is they don't have my consent. They don't have a consent to throw a wall on my path. They have consent to get run the fuck over. They have plenty of consent for that. It's just what it is. No one has asked me anything to be involved in anything. And why they pay so much attention to my intuitive healing business. Right? I mean, is there anything intuitive that bothers them about my business? Is there anything healing that bothers? Because if they don't want you intuitive and they don't want you to heal, chances are they're afraid your intuition is going to trigger something in their bullshit reality. That's what it is. I can't do anything, but they're more than welcome to let me know. I'm all for them letting me know, but I've dealt with scammers, fucking shady fucks my entire life, and we're just done with that. We're just done with that. If you can still teach from the grave in 117 countries, the chances are I'm still going to try to debunk you. And then when I do, I find out it has something to do with Dorothy summoning Jinn. So if I know Dorothy has summoned the body jumper, we can always put it off on her. But it is going to make me question. It's going to make me question any Jay-Z night that has Ramtha coming out of her mouth, because it's just what it is. I have a hard time looking at a Jay-Z night and hearing a Ramtha coming out of her mouth when I know that school was deemed a cult, and basically a lot of those students I know, and they got karma. Now, the teacher obviously takes the karma of the student, so I certainly don't want to be a Scott with the John coming out of my mouth. I don't want John coming out of my mouth. I don't need Rob coming out of my mouth. And there's a lot of that Rob Lowe energy in the cards. A lot of that Rob Lowe energy in the cards. And we have a Cowan Center right down the road. Rob Lowe will be attending. And it's just what is my thing with these big names in entertainment, and knowing how the law of vibration creates the law of cause and effect. For the law of correspondence, you would have to correspond and go see that individual. Cool. So that's blessings in threes. That's blessings in threes. That's not the law of attraction. Just fucking sit there and do something that Albert Einstein didn't believe in that shit. Albert Einstein did not believe in the law of attraction. Does that make him right? No, we're evolving every day. But if I know that we're evolving every day, and my last experience with a fucking Anka speaking bullshit, or Hicks speaking Herald, when Miss Hicks has Herald coming out of her mouth, hark the herald angels sing, it's just what I have to question that. I have to question that and wonder why they're in my energy. Wonder why are these individuals in my energy when I already know my last experience with a Dave that had Alien Tom coming out of his mouth, or a Susie that had the law of attraction Bob shooting out of her mouth. That's fucking Sideshow Bob to me. It's what it is. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's just what it is. And it's, when I have a phone number, they're a corrupt group of parasites. They don't pick the phone up and go, hey, we would like to talk about your content. No. They try to stop your business. They try to stop what you're doing because it conflicts with, they're the opposition. They try to oppose 5-star healing, whether it be QHHT, Dolores Cannon from the grave, Reiki, Madame Takata from the grave. That's why we were able to ascend, and they're scrambled around trying to figure it out. They're still scrambled around trying to figure it out, trying to do everything they can to stop the Earth Angel. Why don't they pick up the phone? Is their demon too triggered to pick up the phone? Is that what it is? So my phone number is all over Google. It's in the description box. All they have to do is pick up the phone. But see, there's a destiny swap going on. There's a corrupt group of parasites of a celebrity status that don't want the intuitive finding out they have crimes against children. Okay. So it doesn't have anything to do with my children, does it? Because my child's name should have been Lowe, but she chose Hicks. So when she chose Hicks, she chose that bloodline, and that's what it is. Simple enough. Being unconscious of the words of the past led to our growth. It's simple enough. That's what it is. You got to keep in mind, I don't care. I don't want them in my energy. They have absolutely nothing to do with my purpose. Stay in your fucking lane means don't come harvesting shit off of my channel, right? Because then you're disrespecting Dolores Cannon. You're disrespecting Madame Takata. I take myself out of that. They have no respect for the dead, which is why Pisces ancestors don't play with these people. Simple enough. That's what it is. And I mean, what is hidden behind the moon? What's hidden behind my moon is that Jupiter energy that's got everybody trying to fucking rob the Earth Angel's energy. That's why you have Rob Lowe coming to a corrupt community that I live in. That's what that is. See, I got Jupiter hidden behind them. Miss Hicks has a devil Capricorn hidden behind the moon. Now, we know that the Capricorn represents this. The moon represents the subconscious mind. So if you have a moon, if you have the devil Capricorn hidden behind your moon, well, that to me is the devil in a fucking dress talking about something that that Albert Einstein didn't believe in. Yeah, I can meditate on that. No meditation in the past. They weren't conscious of their words. It's what it is. Right? We grew from that. Cool. So now the Messiah is out in front and center for the future. Yeah, that's what it is. Then they're doing everything they can to use frequencies to affect that individual, and that's fine. You don't think it's the trigger demon inside of them that's controlling them like puppets, do you? Do you? You think it's it? You think that is it? They can't believe that the Earth Angel purified his soul's energy and chakra system. That's what it is. And the start of all that was Christine Holliday removing a reptilian attachment from my heart. It's what led me to Reiki for reptilian attachment removal. That's what it is. Reiki for entity removal. That's what it is. Negative energy that affects your reptilian brain. It's simple enough. It's not that hard a confirmation. It's not that hard to figure out. I hear these people are surrounded by demons and they're being tormented and shit while the Earth Angel's surrounded by angels. Is that true? Is that true? They're getting. I saw a reader last night. He was talking about they've got demons in their ceiling and all kinds of weird shit. I think that's what it is, right? Mine match up with angel numbers. Mine match up with bugs and birds outside. Mine, let me know. Let me know when things are going on. See, the Earth Angel is protected by the light and the dark. So it takes one to know one. You're dealing with Freemasons. Hell, it takes one to know one. Freaking self-love. They don't like it. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. And that's what it is. I mean, what is self-love? When you see that self-love and the connection to the higher self, I mean, are you in love with Tom? Are you a Susie that's in love with Tom? Because to me, that's a middleman between you and the source. That to me is an influence. That is an influence that you're getting source information between a middleman. Okay, cool. So anyone that's ever been in their addiction, whether it be food, that's what it is. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Are you going to send someone else to get something for you, like information, drugs? I don't care what it is. Are you going to give someone your money that uses a middleman? Just and have full trust. How long are you going to sit there and wait? How long are they going to put delays in your path? That's what it is. Anyway, I don't care. It's what it is. right? Ascend out of that shit. The truth is always going to come out. What is done in the dark always comes to the light. Simple enough. Simple enough. So, we will continue ascending out of that while herds, gaggles, hives, and whatnot listen to two individuals about angels and demons. That's what it is. Can they tell the truth on Jay-Z night? That's what it is. I mean, that school of Ramtha School of Enlightenment was deemed a cult. And we've got all this cult energy within the tarot community that they don't like. So if I know that Jay-Z Knight, who channeled a 35,000-year-old entity named Ramtha got students karma. Okay, cool. I am karma. Why start off with that in integrity? The light, the truth, and the way. Where's that Pisces at? Where's that Pisces that they see as the light, the truth, and the way? That fucking you've got a corrupt group of parasitic celebrities because the devil can't create on its own. And it's what it is. It's not that. I don't give a shit who gets the idea. But they're out there feeding off of people, paying for it. And when I look at them doing that, I think about the School of Enlightenment, getting a whole bunch of students karma for abusing their abilities. Simple enough. Anyway, that's why I picked Reiki. You use Reiki for negative purposes, you lose your ability. Cool. No fucking, it leaves the master completely out of it. That's between you and the divine source you're channeling. And that's what it is. And every time I hear voodoo doll and celebrity in the same fucking sentence, Rob Lowe! Simple enough. Anyway, y'all enjoy your Sunday. Namaste.